Yo. Yo. Hello. Yo. All right. Nice. Yo. Entertain you whilst you enjoy some barbecue. Well, I will do my best, my friend. I'm really curious, dude, to see how this is going to work out, man, because they don't give you any, you can't really test it in practice. You can set a lobby up and shit, dude, but in my experience, it never, like, I can turn the, no, I didn't run the crispy. Crispy's not, the crispy's going to be saved for a special event, my friend. Crispy's going to be saved because, see, the thing is, this is nighttime, so you can't enjoy the crispy. What I really want you to do, if you would be so kind, and you have your spare time, which I know you have tons of, is to make me some liveries for this event, for my Chevrolet manufacturer stuff that say Chevrolet and also say, like Team Lush Racing in it. But I'm driving for Chevy, so I need them for both the Group 3 and Group 4 events. So, but that's cool, man. But the Krispy Kreme I'm gonna save for either the last race of this round 1, or I'll use it for like a championship or something. Hopefully, if anything good happens. So, good question, though. Right now, I sit in first in would be our division if you were racing. It would be the West Coast in my county, in all of Alameda County. I'm in first place after that last race, so pretty pleased about that. And I'd like to try to keep that going, The other thing too is I never know who I'm going to race against. You know what I mean? I never know what kind of cars I'm going to be facing. I don't know if I'm going to be facing a whole bunch of, big, powerful front engine, rear wheel drive cars. Like Veyrons, or even the mid engine like the Veyron, and all those cars, those AMG Benzes. You know what I mean? Those are big front heavy cars, and those cars can scoot. Those buggies, those fucking Volkswagen Bugs, dude. That guy in the last race, that dude, I knew that guy, Drunken Snake 77, that was his name. He was in this black Volkswagen Bug, dude, and he was just all over the back of me like an angry bee, just like all over me the whole race. Those Ferraris are I think going to shape up into a pretty decent rivalry with me. The thing with the Ferrari, I think, has got a little bit more beans, but I think that car has a tendency to chew through tires a little faster, so I might have him there. Any and all, if you guys want to see some race information here, so you can see what we're doing here. I don't know if it'll show me. It should. There's TR Doodle. And FT Ants up there at an event, which makes me happy. Yeah, it's weird. If I go in here. That's alright. Yeah, not really sure. But anyway, it's 10 laps, and then it's 6 times on the fuel and 7 times on the tires. So what I was saying is you can set up like a lobby and set those parameters inside of like and even a closed lobby, you know what I'm saying, and just drive it with your buddies or whatever. Just say, hey, I'm going to practice for this event. Come drive with me so I can race against you guys, right? And then, but the thing is that when you do that, like I've even done that by myself, just to test. And then the problem is that every time when you go into an actual race situation, it never works out the same. The tires wear different or faster, and the fuel is. It just never works out. It's just it ends up being this colossal waste of fucking time. Like I was so pissed off the first time that I did it, and then the only thing that it did for me was it gave me a good sense of what my best lap was going to look like. You know what I mean? And so I'd have a good idea of what I was going to run as far as a pole time was concerned. So, but other than that, it's a gigantic fucking waste. So on Wednesday we raced at Suzuka, and that was I think also 10 laps. I think that one was actually, it was either 10 or 12 laps. I can't remember. But the length was about the same. The overall length of the track of the race itself, it was about, I think Suzuka was like 43 something miles, and I'm pretty sure this one is almost the same. So with the Corvette, if I'm not mistaken, I made a decision to go in when I saw the leaders go in because I was in like 7th, even though I didn't need to. Like I still had fuel and tons of tires, but I knew that I wasn't going to be able to make it all the way around the track to finish the race without stopping for at least fuel. So I think that's when, I don't remember what happened. It ended up, I don't know, I just don't think it was the right decision. I think the better decision would have been to stay out for as long as you can. Especially because, I mean, if you're holding your position, right? You know what I mean? If you're holding your position, so if you're in, say for instance, like my goal is to finish in the top 10. That's always what I'm trying to do. So last week I started 7th and finished 9th. So, and that was sketchy, dude. That was a crazy race. I expect this one to just get even worse. This one's going to be even crazier. Yeah, I know, but the funny thing is that's the thing too, man. Good point. That it is a much faster course than Suzuka. That's why I'm worried. And the other thing too is that maybe that answers the question. Is I was thinking, why are we not racing our Group 3 cars and not the Group 4s? Since this is like you said, a much faster track. Maybe they did it on purpose to help slow it down a little bit. I don't know. The last race was just absolute insanity, dude. The first like 2 or 3 laps. I thought the first lap was over and we had only made like the first 2 or 3 turns of that lap. And I'm like, oh wow, this race has got to be over soon, right? Hadn't even finished the first lap yet, dude. I was like, oh god, get me out of here. I mean, everybody is just, oh man. Ugh. But I think with this one, I'm gonna higher speed turns. Probably burn tire and fuel quicker. Yeah, it's a good point. I didn't think about that. It's a lot to keep an eye on for me. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with trying to drive the fucking car, trying to not to hit anything or anybody as fast as I can and manage, the split, the times, that you can see around you. The one above your name is how far, you know what I mean, and then between the guy in front of you and the guy behind. So you got to deal with that. Watch your tires, watch your fuel, have a general strategy. Got to deal with penalties, which, by the way, they did tweak that a little bit. I don't know if Suzuka it's not even Suzuka. I think there is a couple of corners, like one specifically that I can think of, and maybe 2 in the Cirque du Soleil, where they run Le Mans. And there is a corner there where there's like a first turn is going to be, yeah, I know, dude. It always is. It always is, man. You should have seen the race on Wednesday, bro. I wish I should have broadcast that for you, dude. You would have been laughing your ass off early. The first turn of that race, dude, looked like a fucking NASCAR race, dude. I couldn't believe it. I'm so glad. Like, I knew it was gonna happen too. Like, if you watched, I think the beginning of that race, you can see I'm like way over on the side, kind of like I'm staying as far as fucking away from that bullshit as possible because I know it's gonna happen, and it did. And then I went from ninth or something. I just went whoop, whoop, like past 2 or 3 cars that I knew were all gonna get into each other. The penalty thing. There's a corner at Cirque du Soleil that I think it's a red and green curbstone, and then on the inside of that it's a red, and then on the inside of that it has like its own miniature like little speed bumps, and it's one of the ones that's in the chicane, one of the first chicanes. And I think that corner there, if your tire touches that corner at all, you're going to get penalized. I think that's just that track. I think they have a thing with that corner or some shit. I don't know. Because it's the only one that I know that also has miniature speed bumps. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyway, as far as the penalties, when you let off the accelerator to try to slow down, it's much more responsive to it. You don't have to come to a dead stop. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't had to come to a dead stop to get rid of a penalty time. So that's really nice, you know, so I can let go of the accelerator and just kind of, or not completely let go of it, you know, but start slowing down and then keep it half throttle whenever I get to wherever speed they want me to be at, and then it starts bleeding away, you know, which is, you know, 40 miles an hour, 50. I didn't pay any attention, but how fast I was going, I was just paying attention to how fast the fucking penalty clock was going. But anyway, it goes away much faster, which is nice. I've been practicing driving without traction control on, so at certain times, so just to kind of turn it off and turn it on and see what it does and that kind of stuff. Turning it completely off is really difficult. I'd rather not do that, so I usually run it at like a 1 or a 2, and that seems to be good. Sometimes on like the full straights, I'll just turn it completely off. Uh-oh, here we go. What's happening? Uh-oh. 9th. That's interesting. Any other Corvettes on here? Yep. Garion, Angel, and Orma. Oh, there's an Orma driver. Esteban. Nice. There's an Orma driver in a Corvette. That's good news. Look at those BMWs. Those Mustangs are fast, man. Those M4s are been tearing it up too. I saw them. I raced some fools on the Cirque du Soleil yesterday, and they were tearing ass in those Group 4 M4s. A Scirocco. Look at this guy repping for Volkswagen in the shit rocket. There's 2 Sciroccos. Wow. A couple of Mustangs. I'm kind of happy. I guess I wonder if this Orma guy, I wonder if he didn't race the first race, which is why he has no points. What a mo. Cristiano X. Looks like trouble to me. Warm up. Oh, 10 minutes to qualify. I don't need a warm up. Need you to warm yourself up, buddy. Don't say anything stupid, Bullet GT 67350, because Bullet GT 67351 was already taken. What about 49, bro? What about 49? Did you even try that? Did you even bother to deal with Bullet GT 67350 to look for 67354? Look at all these things down here. What's this? Point table. Let's look for that. Woo! Woo! We want that fucking, look at that. 2 1/4 for first. Woo! I guess if you finish in butt last, you get nothing. That's fucking great. If you finish in butt last, you get the nada. Man. Oh, I'm starting to get all nervous. My adrenaline's starting to pump. I'm starting to get all tense. Oh. All right. Just settle down, Neuel. Just calm your wagon. Oh. All right. Let's get on with this. Qualifier's gonna start. Get out there. Get her done. Wait for some of these mows to get out of the way. Can run a good race here, or try and get a good qual time. Pura Vida! No pescados. No pescados. Ugh. The qualifier has begun. Whoops. Let's get the car set up here before we go flying off the handle. Doing some rash shit. Whoa, first gear. That's a good gear, you know, that first gear. Scarecrow there in P5. UB in P6. We got Nanu P11 in the Porsche. P8 we got SPL in the Mustang. Got no BMW driver here. Bullet GT 6730 50. The Black Panther. Must be related. I wonder if he's related to the Dark Warrior. It's Rocco 338. Apparently he likes guns. Rival Messi. TTR also Nissan driver. What else we got? Mako and his GTR. There's Neuel. Vito. There's Vito. Those normal drivers. Yeah, we went up one. I guess we can't complain. It's only going to keep the best two of the first of the four races in this round. So, you know, it is what it is. Some dirty bitches. Yeah, some dirty bitches, bro. Save this replay. I'm gonna stop the stream and come join you guys and stuff. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. It was a little stressful, a little more so than usual, but still a good time. I'm glad that there's only that there's 4 races in this first round, and they'll only take the best 2 of that 4. So even though I was looking for a good showing here and a better showing than I actually got, I'm pretty pleased with 1 position up from my grid position, P14. My driver rating went up, so that shows that I didn't have to deal with too much bullshit. You know, a lot of these guys got dinged for all of their shit, especially WRX boy. Look at that. He took a good hit to his driver rating, so that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. And then what's the other guy? The guy that was in the Lamborghini, that guy D-Man 3281, or the Huracan. Yeah, the Lamborghini. That guy ate shit going into the fucking pits right before the end of the race. He hit the gore point in between in between the racetrack and the entrance to pit road. It was just insanity. I saw him like hit it and then start. It was crazy. I can't wait to see it on the replay. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Come back on Wednesday. We'll be doing round 3.